Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steffy forces Finn to get her daughter locked back up when Bill throws Luna out. According to the bold and the beautiful, Steffy Forrester shoved John Finn Finnegan to ensure his daughter was locked back in after Bill Spencer tossed Luna Nozawa out. On episode, Poppy Nozawa was choking against the wall by Lee Finnegan at the hospital, almost passing out. Poppy gasped and coughed as she struggled to recover her breath once Lee finally let her go. Lee found the entire situation repulsive, even after Poppy tried to explain what had transpired with Finn that evening. Lee obviously didn't want anything to do with Poppy now that she was aware of all the most recent information regarding Finn and Luna. Ultimately, Lee referred to Poppy as a terrible person and advised her to leave her life. She said that Poppy wasn't her sister after Lee told her to never return. Deputy Chief Bradley Baker at the Spencer residence maintained that although Luna had been formally pardoned, he would now be closely monitoring her. Baker predicted that Luna would return to prison if she made a mistake and committed more crimes. Bill ordered everyone else to leave when Baker and the cop he brought with him left. Forrester Ridge, Steffy, Finn, and Taylor Hayes had to depart, but Finn paused in the doorway to give Luna a final glance. When Bill and Luna were alone, he admitted that he had supported her pardon and advised her not to make him feel bad about it. Luna thanked Bill and gave him an embrace, but he finally told her she couldn't stay there any longer. Luna recognized this and continued to be grateful for all that Bill had done to offer her another chance. When Bill returned from his meeting, he urged Luna to go. After Bill left, Luna thought about how she had finally found her father and decided she could not let go of Finn just yet. Sheila Sharp met Deacon Sharp at Il Giardino and discovered him lost in meditation. Deacon acknowledged that he thought of Luna and what she did to Tom Starr together with Paul Hollister every time he saw Poppy. As Deacon and Sheila considered Luna's well-earned prison sentence, there was also considerable discussion over what Luna had done to Steffy. After arriving at the Forrester mansion, Ridge and Taylor became enraged at Bill's behavior and the suffering he was giving their family. Steffy intended to discover a means to permanently imprison Luna at the Cliff home. Steffy cautioned him from exposing himself to Luna the way he had Sheila, now that she was free and referring to Finn as Dad. Steffy hoped Finn understood that he couldn't be in a relationship with Luna. Steffy persuaded Finn to ensure that Luna was permanently incarcerated once she returned to her objective of locking her up again. When he held Luna, Finn appeared somewhat conflicted, despite Steffy's insistence that she must be imprisoned for life. When Lee discovers that Poppy is more worse than she had thought, she goes completely crazy. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Lee Finnegan finds herself ensnared in a nightmare she never could have imagined for herself. The doctor recently learned that her sister, Poppy Nozawa, and her adopted son John Finn Finnegan were the parents of a kid. Lee has been demonizing Poppy for years because she uses drugs and has sex with strangers, but she never anticipated this. Lee recently embarked on a quest to identify Luna Nozawa, Poppy's kid, and her biological father. For a brief moment, Luna had deceived Bill Spencer into thinking he was her father. Then, everyone thought Luna's father was a washed-up rocker named Tom Starr, but this was untrue. Lee genuinely thought that her ex-husband, Jack Finnegan, had slept with Poppy and fathered Luna, but he didn't, so he isn't her father either. Finn, who is Luna's biological father, took not one, but 2 DNA tests as a result of all these negative paternity tests. He knew he had to tell Lee the truth after he had told Luna. One of the hardest things Finn has ever had to do is tell his mother that he slept with Poppy when he was 18. He hoped to be able to keep the truth hidden forever, because he didn't want to let her down. Lee was appalled to hear the truth and feels that her sister exploited him in spite of his advanced age. When she learned that Finn was the father of Luna, who is currently in prison for killing 2 people and abducting his wife Steffy Forrester, things only became worse. There's going to be a fight. Lee texted Poppy right after, informing her that Poppy was on her way, and that she needed to see her. Only recently have the sisters started to work on mending their friendship. Lee has been attempting to atone for all of the derogatory comments about her sister since she finally realized that she had been mistaken about her for years. For her part, Poppy was overjoyed when Lee started acting more like a true sister. That is now all over. According to the previews, there will be a physical altercation and Lee, understandably furious, will have her hands around Poppy's throat. Will Lee have the self-control to stop before killing her sister? Or is she going to have her own lawsuit and be imprisoned? What are your thoughts? Luna receives a startling pardon. Everyone was thinking, how could you possibly let Luna out of prison? She pleaded not to be sent back to prison since she was afraid she would die there. And Ridge, Taylor, Steffy, and Finn approached Bill and Luna. However, Ridge, Taylor, and Steffy reaffirmed that there was no other option, and that Luna would be sent back to prison for her murderous actions. Bill was scolded by Steffy for endangering their family. Luna again expressed her worry for her safety and pleaded with Finn for assistance. You attacked the love of my life and you killed 2 men, he said. He went on to say that Steffy was correct, and that Luna should return to prison to make amends for her sins. You know, why don't you rescue a dog or something the next time you feel lonely? Ridge said to Bill. Since no one had ever helped him as a child, Bill acknowledged that he could have gone too far in trying to aid someone in need. Steffy informed Chief Baker that Luna was at Bill's residence over the phone. After she assured him that she was secure, he told her not to go and that he would be right over. Luna pleaded that she should not return since she didn't want to be separated from her father. Steffy said she was only feeling regret because she was caught, despite Luna's entreaties. Taylor responded by saying, I have patients with backgrounds far more tragic than yours and they haven't killed anyone. She added that Bill's actions had no justification. Luna defended Bill by claiming that he was aware of the hardships she had faced all of her life. When an officer and Baker arrived, he inquired as to Luna's purpose. It's getting better. After Steffy informed Baker that Luna had an ankle monitor, Bill remarked, the powers that be know that she's with me. Bill went on to say that Luna was constantly being watched. Baker said, Mr. Spencer, you have a nice estate here, but you're not equipped to hold a high-risk criminal, especially someone as deadly as Luna Nozawa. Luna, who persisted in pleading not to be brought back to prison, was handcuffed by the officer. Then Baker received a call from a person who was obviously higher up. Confused by what the other person was saying, he gave in and addressed them as Sir. To everyone's surprise, Baker instructed the police to take off the ankle monitor and the handcuffs. Luna Nozawa has been pardoned, he clarified. Everyone was enraged and shocked, and they all began screaming frantically. Finn just stood there looking dumbfounded when Steffy pleaded with him to do something. At Il Giardino, Deacon was still processing the news that Luna had been proven to be a murderer, and that Poppy was to blame. Seemingly offended by that, Sheila shot back. Just blame the mom, huh? It appears like everyone does that. Tom Starr would have made a terrific father in his opinion, but Sheila claimed it was a bit of a stretch. Deacon remarked he wouldn't want to be on Lee's wrong side, and they questioned why Lee had called Poppy away so fast. Sheila thought that Luna's terrible deeds might have had a positive outcome because Poppy and Lee were now close. She's definitely got the crazy gene, that's for sure, Deacon said in response to Sheila calling Luna a rotten seed. Then Deacon mourned the loss of Tom and Hollis. He said he was reminded of what Luna had done, and how she had taken his buddies away every time he looked at Poppy. Deacon was taken aback by Sheila's sympathy for Poppy as she began to defend her. She looked thoughtful as she continued, I understand what it's like to be another parent who is separated from your child. Deacon stated that he did not trust Poppy for whatever reason. He explained to Sheila that it was a sense he had learned to pay attention to. Lee remembered the horrified expression on her face when Finn told her that Luna was his daughter at the hospital. When Poppy finally arrived, she was beaming and practically dancing her way into Lee's company. She said that she was overjoyed to receive Lee's text. She went on to tell Lee that although she used to detest being referred to as her sweet little sister, she now finds the word endearing. Family, according to Poppy, is important to her. Lee declared, My family is more important to me than you can ever know. And she would stop at nothing to keep those she cared about safe. Since no one was answering her questions, Poppy confided in Lee that she was concerned about Luna's whereabouts. She was unable to locate her daughter, not even with the help of the lawyer or the prison warden. They would simply inform her that Luna is still serving her sentence, she said, without providing the location. Luna was at Bill Spencer's, Lee disclosed. Lee responded, My son did. When Poppy asked if she had seen Luna. Your nephew. Luna's dad. Poppy's eyes began to well up with tears as she covered her lips in disbelief. I always knew you had no morals other than to exploit my son, who is 18 years old. Lee cried out. Poppy hurried to clarify that Finn shared her want to be with her. She also attempted to describe their relationship as a beautiful thing. However, Lee became more irate every second. She found Poppy's explanation of what had transpired incomprehensible, and referred to her behavior as disgusting and reprehensible. She was also adamant that Poppy would not get away with it.